on my 4th year living in Korea. So if you're interested in content about Korea, language, and culture, please hit the subscribe button. So in Korea, cafe culture is big. Cafes are rising up all the time, and some are also closing. There are so many cute and Instagrammable cafes. And this is a list of 5 of the cafes I would definitely recommend checking out. I have taken some footage inside some of these cafes so you can get a sneak peek of what it is like inside. Okay, so the first cafe is Cream Cafe. Cream in Korean means picture, so literally translated, this is the picture cafe. And just as the name suggests, the inside looks as though you've walked into a picture or you've walked into a painting. And it is entirely in black and white. And even the floors are painted in this picture painting style. Not only is the interior Instagrammable, but the drinks that you can get there are also Instagrammable, also super cute. So I went with 2 of my friends and they each got shakes. One of my friends got a chocolate shake and my other friend got a mugwort shake. And each of them had chocolate flowers on top of their shakes. It was super cute and apparently it tasted delicious. I myself got the salted caramel latte, and it came in a mug that matches the decor of the cafe, and it was delicious. So there are a lot of options to choose from in terms of drinks, and there are also some sandwiches that you can get there as well. I think this cafe is perfect for any occasion. If you're going by yourself, or you're going with friends or family, or even on a date, I think it's great for anything really. Also, bonus, it's in a great location. So it is near the Hongdae stop, and on the street that it's located on, there are many cute boutiques. So after I went and got drinks there with my friends, we walked down the street and we popped in many of the shops down the street. So they have stationery stores, they have art stores, they have clothing stores, jewelry stores. They have so many different types of stores you can go into afterward. Now, how do you get to this cafe? Well, I suggest looking on Naver or Kakao Maps to see the fastest way to get there from your location. But if you take line 2, you can get off at the Hongdae station and pop onto the Map 05 bus, and this bus will take you there. Just keep in mind that this bus doesn't have a schedule like the other buses do. At least on Naver Maps, I couldn't find a schedule. So I'm guessing the bus departs when the bus is full. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so the second cafe on my list is the Harry Potter Cafe. It's also known as 943 King's Cross, and it's also located in Hongdae, although it's closer to the station, so you can easily walk from line 2 to 943 King's Cross. And the walk to the cafe, you will come across a lot of yummy street food as well as clothing shops. Okay, so when you enter the cafe, you're going to come across all of these wands that are on display. Unfortunately, when I went, you couldn't buy any of the wands, and you did have to buy a drink or food before you could enter the cafe because they don't want people just taking pictures and leaving. But there are multiple floors and there's actually quite a bit to see, and even in the hallways they have pictures. And when I went, they had Harry Potter music playing. I went in December, so they also had some Christmas decorations up at the time. I think this is a great cafe to go with anyone. Friends, family, on a date. Okay, so the third cafe I would say is any archery cafe. I personally go to an archery cafe in Sinchon called Robin Hood Archery. They're super kind there, and I've been there with one of my friends who doesn't speak Korean, and they catered to her and tried to speak English as much as possible. So if you don't speak Korean, don't worry too much. If it's your first time going to an archery cafe, they have a little training session which is not too expensive at the location I visit. And after you do the short training session, I think from what I remember it's 5 to 10 minutes. Then you can choose how long you want to play, and you can play with your friends. So they will set you up with bows and arrows, and then you can just shoot. I think this is a great option for a first date because it really breaks the ice. In fact, I've been here. I've brought guys here on first dates. And it was really cool to kind of see their personality, because I think an activity like this gets people comfortable. So it's a good idea for a first date, but it's also great to do with friends or family. Okay, number 4 on my list is SeeThrough Cafe. And this cafe has many locations. I went to the one in Itaewon, and when you're walking there, you're going to get an amazing view of Namsan Tower. And if you're already wanting to go and visit Namsan Tower, this is the perfect cafe to visit before or after you go to Namsan Tower. Oh my gosh, the drinks here are super cute, and they also have some great options for desserts. I got the little bear coffee, and it said on the menu that it had to be cold, so just keep that in mind. When I went there, the barista was super kind and accommodating, and I have to say I went there on a weekday in the afternoon because it was my vacation, and it was packed, so there was a wait list. I'm not sure if all of the locations are like this, but I would just keep that in mind. So I wrote down my name and phone number, and they can contact you when there is an availability. Okay, number 5 on my list is Cafe Zang. This cafe is also located in Hongdae. I think this cafe has a chill vibe where you can study. It has a lot of bright light. When you enter the cafe, there is a big mirror as well as a teddy bear and flowers. So if you want to, you can take a selfie in front of this mirror. Pretty sure that's why they put it there. I just ordered an iced Americano, and actually the ice that they put in there was in the shape of a flower, so that was super sweet. And I ordered a tiramisu as well, and they actually put a shot of espresso over the tiramisu, which was great because sometimes when you order tiramisu here in Korea, you can't actually taste any of the espresso, which is a bummer because like tiramisu needs espresso. I would definitely recommend going to this cafe with friends or family. It has a very chill vibe, or by yourself if you want to study. Okay, so those were my 5 top cafes that I recommend checking out if you're in Seoul, South Korea. So what kind of cafes do you guys like, and what kind of cafes are located where you live? Leave it in the comments below. I am excited to hear back from you guys. Alright, and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more Korean related content, and hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. See you next time!